I want you to take a second and think about a couple things you like to do in your free time. You might have thought about going to the park, hanging with friends, or maybe even going fishing. Now I want you to think about some things that you like to do when you don't feel like being as active. I know personally I like to go on my phone and my computer, and even though these things can get a little boring, one thing that I never get bored of is YouTube. I know you've heard of YouTube because you're using it right now, but just as a reminder, YouTube is a social media platform where people all around the world can post and watch videos. There are so many different types of genres on YouTube, and a couple of these include story times, recipes, how-to videos, and ASMR. Now today I want to talk about the origins of YouTube, the original ideas about it, and how it came to be. I also want to talk a little bit about the development of YouTube, how it developed from where it started to how it is today. So without further ado, let's hop on into the beginning. So according to an article for the Dominican University of California, written by Jessica A. Zanata, YouTube was created in 2005. However, the idea for YouTube came several years before that. The idea came from 3 friends who had a passion for creating videos, but they found it really hard to export and share videos with one another. So they wanted to find a solution to fix that. The name of these 3 friends are Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jod Kareem. They all took their personal money and put it towards a foundation to start this project. And considering they all worked at PayPal at the time, they all had a pretty strong foundation because those were good paying jobs. They worked on it for several years, and they would work to get rid of all the issues and all the bugs throughout. Finally, in 2005, when it was created, they were able to post the very first video on there, and it was called Me at the Zoo. It was posted by one of the creators, Kareem, and it is a video of him at the zoo. It's fairly short, it's only around 18 seconds long, and it's just him talking about elephants. About a year or so after that, they took their idea to Google, and Google offered them $1.6 billion to buy YouTube, and they accepted, and that was a really great offer. So here is a picture of the 3 creators, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jod Kareem. Now, not only were these 3 men extremely successful, but they were very intelligent too. According to an article called Looking at, With, and Through YouTube by Paul A. Sokup, YouTube was not only used for creating videos, but it was a way for businesses and brands to get their names out there. By posting videos, they made more people aware of their brands and stuff, so they were more visible and out there for more people to find and to buy from their businesses. And this in turn helped the creators of YouTube because they made money off that. At the time, you couldn't make money directly off videos. However, that changed, and over time, they developed it to where you could make money just from the videos. Now, when this began, people were really smart about it, and they thought about the different ways to maximize the amount of money that they can make from these videos. And there are so many factors that go into it when you make money from videos. One of those factors is the amount of views you get on your videos. So the way to maximize the amount of views you can get, there's a couple of different things. The titles of your video and the thumbnail. Now the thumbnail is the cover picture that you see of videos before you click on them. So if someone was to have an extremely boring title and some plain looking thumbnail, someone's more likely to not click on that. However, you have an incredibly interesting title and an awesome thumbnail, someone might, they would probably click on that rather than the first one. And creators know this, and they took a huge advantage of this, especially of their younger creators or younger viewers, because they know they are much more gullible. Now, the art of creating absurd titles and absurd thumbnails is called clickbaiting. Clickbaiting is done by all sorts of creators, probably especially bigger creators, and this is how they really get their views up. And while clickbaiting it's not very moral, but it isn't illegal. And your morals may not agree, but your bank account probably will be happy if you were to create a pretty sick thumbnail. So let's talk about a few of the popular creators. How do you really become popular or be considered popular? Well, there's a thing called subscribers, and your subscribers are people who have found interest in your content and they want to see more and they want to follow your journey. And subscribing is something free you can do. You just click a button, and you can tell by the amount of subscribers someone has how popular they are. Now, there are way too many huge creators, but a few of the most popular creators include PewDiePie, who has 110 million subscribers, Mr. Beast, who has 64 million subscribers, Dude Perfect, who has 56 million subscribers, Dream, who has 27 million subscribers, and Shane Dawson, who has 20 million subscribers. Now, obviously, there are way more than this, but these are some of the top ones that you even might have heard of. And although YouTube has been popular throughout the years, they have had competitors. And according to an article called A Network View of Social Media Platform History, Social Structure Dynamics and Content on YouTube from the publishers of Indiana University at Bloomington, some of the strongest competitors to YouTube are Netflix, Hulu, Twitch, and Facebook. Now, the way that YouTube overcame the struggles they faced with their competitors, they changed the way they presented their content, and they changed the way that they advertised, and that really helped them in the long run. Overall, YouTube is something that is so crazy because it was never expected to get as big as it did. It was something small for some friends to be able to share their videos, and the fact that it changed into something huge is just amazing. I'm sure all the content creators that are a part of YouTube are very thankful because they would never have made it big if it wasn't for this platform. Now, I want you to think back to a few of your favorite things that you like to do. Who knows, maybe YouTube can now be a part of these things. Until next time.